Excel 2016, Module 2, pages 69 through 74. Okay, go ahead and open up the morning workbook located in your Excel 2 module folder. Save the workbook. Remember, do an F12, that's the fastest way to do it, as Morning Bean. Make sure you save it onto your flash drive. Okay, I've already done all that, so you can just pause it and do that right now. All right, on your documentation sheet, enter your name in cell B4. So just click on B4. Remember, look at your name box to ensure you're in the right location and type in your name. And press your enter key to take it, right? Always press your enter key when you're finished. All right, step number 3. Click cell A1. That's the cell right there, A1. It says Morning Bean, to make the cell active. On the Home tab in the Font group, click the Font button arrow to display a gallery of fonts available on your computer. Each name is displayed in its font. The first 2 fonts listed are the same theme fonts for headings and body text, Calibri Light and Calibri. All right, so on the Home tab, in the Font group, right here we have a Font Color button, we've got a Fill button, we've got our sizes, we've got font size right here. This is grow, this is shrink for your fonts, and right here is your font button. You hit that down pointing arrow, and every font is listed. First you have your 2 theme fonts, and after that where it says all fonts, they're all in alphabetical order, and as you touch them you can see the live preview happening right there. That's the cell we're located in. You have a big scroll bar. You can see how many fonts are in here, and there are a ton. Okay, so you can just touch them and watch your live preview and see what happens. Step number 5, scroll down. What we're looking for is Bauhaus 93. Okay, so let's take a look at Bauhaus 93. And just touch it and see. That's really tough to read. If you look over there at Morning Bean, that's probably not our best choice. So step number 6 just says, hey, point at 3 different fonts. Take a look. See how it looks. Because, I mean, that's pretty, but again, it's not particularly readable. So you can just scroll through, use your scroll bar. Go through there, check out the fonts and touch them. In the end, what we actually want to select, step number 7, is click Calibri Light, which is one of our theme fonts, so it's the very first one right there. Go ahead and click Calibri Light to select it. Now remember, I just showed you your font size arrows. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over and we are going to go right here to our font size. And again, as you touch each one, you can see the effect because of your live preview. And we want to select 26. So go ahead and select 26. What I also want you to know is in this font box, you can highlight it and type in a number. Okay, you don't have to use the drop down if you don't want to. You can just highlight it, type it in, and press your enter key. Always press your enter key to make it accept it. So you can do it that way as well. Now we also want to, in the font group, click the bold button. Okay, the keyboard command for bold is Control B. They both work just fine, whichever one is fastest and easiest for you. All right, click on cell A2 that says Hot Drink Cafe. In the font group, click the font size button, and this time we want this to be 18 points. And we want it to be italicized right there. Again, the keyboard command for italics is Control I as in italics. You're certainly welcome to use the keyboard command. Just know how to do them both, please. Select the range A4 to A6. So here's A4, here's A6. And use the keyboard command Control B as in bold, Control B, to make it bold. Now all we want to do is just deselect so that you can see your changes. All right, at the bottom of page 70, you need to read applying a font color, so that you understand the theme colors and the standard colors and how they differ. At the top of page 71, you need to read about creating custom colors. And when you've read those 3 or 4 little paragraphs there, you can go on to the middle of page 71 to change the font color of the company name and description. Step number 1, select the range A1 to A2. A1 to A2, right there. On the Home tab in the Font group, click the Font Color button arrow. Okay, Home tab, Font group, Font Color button arrow, right there.
In the standard colors section, point to the green color, which is the 6th color. Okay, so you see we have theme colors and we have standard colors. And it's said to go to green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 6th one right there. That one says green. This other color right here says light green. We're looking at this green right here. And we're actually going to use this one. So go ahead and click that green color. And you'll see that the company name and description changed to green. Go ahead and flip to the next page and read about formatting text selections within a cell. All right. First of all, I always like to deselect before I do anything else, just so that we don't mess up when we're doing our homework. Double-click cell A1. Remember, when you double-click, you're in edit mode. Okay, and down here where it says edit. Okay, so now we're in edit mode, and we can make changes right here in the cell rather than up in our formula bar. Step number 2. Drag the pointer over just the word morning. So we don't want to get bean, we just want to get morning. If you have trouble doing that and your mouse is running on you, you can certainly do it backwards and go from the G to the M, and that will slow your mouse down and make it easier. You'll see that your mini toolbar appears. On the mini toolbar, click the font color button arrow. So right now our color is green. You can see it as our font color button arrow on our mini toolbar. Click that down pointing arrow. And then in the theme color selection, point to the gold accent 4 color, which is the 8th color. And you'll notice it lights up with a screen tip to tell you whether or not you have the right color, and that's gold accent 4. Go ahead and select gold accent 4 as your color for the word morning. Okay? Go ahead and deselect. When you deselect, you'll be able to see the change a little bit better. It's starting to shape up a little bit, but we have some more work to do on it for sure. On the bottom of page 72, read about working with fill colors and backgrounds, which continues on to the first half of page 73. So go ahead and pause the recording and go read that so you'll completely understand about fill colors and backgrounds. And when you get finished reading that, on the bottom of page 73, to change the font and fill colors in the documentation sheet, select the range A4 to A6. Wow. Windows is asking me questions. I think I'm going to go ahead and tell it to leave me alone while I'm doing a recording. But thank you, Windows. Select the range A4 to A6. Here's A, here's 4, and there's 6, right? A4 to A6. On the Home tab in the Font group, click the Fill Color button arrow. Okay, Home tab, Font group, looks like a little paint can, and we call that the Fill Color. Hit that down pointing arrow. And then we're going to select the green. We're going to fill it with green. Right there, okay? That's your, make sure it's a standard color green, not up in your theme colors. Go ahead and click that. In the Font group, click the Font Color button arrow, and then click White Background 1, the first color in the Theme Colors section. That way the labels are formatted as white text on a green background. All right, so with this still selected, if you deselected, just grab it again. We're going to go up to our font color, and the very first color right here is White Background 1. Go ahead and click that. So now you have a green background with a white font. All right, step number 4. Select the range B4 to B6. So we want B4 to B6. And then format the cells with the green font color and the white background. So we want our green font color, and we want a white background. So this one is going to be like the reverse, right? Green font color, white background. So first we're going to change our font color to green, and then we're going to change our background to white. Step number 5, increase the width of column B to 30. So we're going to get, first of all, deselect. I just prefer it when you deselect. Go to your column B, right there on the border of that header row. Hold down your mouse and drag it to 30. Okay? Now, wrap the text as well. So we increase the width of column B to 30, and then we want to wrap the text within that range. Remember where your wrap text button is right here? So go ahead and click on wrap text. It would have been nice if I had it selected first. Now we'll wrap text. And now you see it fits perfectly into the width of 30. All right, step number 6. Select the range A4 to B6. So we want to go A4, B6, and add all borders around each of the selected cells. Okay, so to add all borders, we're going to go on our Home tab, to our Font group, to our Borders button. We're going to hit that down pointing arrow, and it said to select all borders, correct? So go ahead and select all borders, and then you just want to deselect. Okay, so flip to page 74 and read about adding a background image, and make sure you read the tip on the side, because background images by default do not print. It is only visual on your screen. All right, to add a background image to the documentation sheet, on the ribbon, click the Page Layout tab to display the page layout options. All right, so right up here, Page Layout. In the Page Setup group, so look at all your different groups, and you'll see that Page Setup is right here. Click the Background button, which is right there. Go ahead and click that. And it's going to take that just a minute to open up, particularly in a lab, it could take a few. Now, you know what you have to do, which is to browse to your flash drive to CA121 Data Files Module 2. So I'm going to pause because I don't use a flash drive and I'm going someplace completely different. So right now, go navigate to your flash drive to the data files for this particular module. Okay, so now you're on your flash drive and you've navigated to Excel 2 module, and you'll see that your background is sitting there. Go ahead and click background, and you can either double click it or you can hit insert. It both works the same way. And what you're going to see is this textured background pop in. Now remember, this is strictly visual. It doesn't print, so you don't have to worry about using up all of your ink. If you were to hit print right now, all of this, the background is just plain white. All right, that's the end of this set of recordings. So go ahead, make sure you hit save, please, and let's go on to the next video.